I'm pretty sure I'm in it. I mean, every now and again I go into a booth and I shout till I'm hoarse, and then I leave. So that's all I've done so far. Nothing's changed.
But I will say that I love your alliterations as Scrooge.
My witty ones? Your alliterations. Alliterations. Yes. Yes. Hey boss, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Clint.
What do you have for us?
David, my wife Katrina and I are big fans of The Good Omens.
Thank you. Where is Katrina? Katrina, come on over. Come on over. Come on over. It's okay. Come on over. Keep going.
Our question was, as soon as the show was released on Amazon, a lot of the internet began buzzing that there was some similarities between Doctor Who and your character, Crowley. I wanted to know if you did have any influence in your character. Did you bring anything over from Doctor Who? Was that deliberate? And did you know about that beforehand, or was that a decision?
No, I think we're just right up against the limitations of my talent. I think that's... There are no limits to your talent,
He's
sir.
totally disrespecting you, Doctor. Oh my God, he's saying you're not versatile. Take the shame.
I thought I'd completely transformed myself.
I didn't know it was you.
Thank you, Pat. I don't know, I've come all the way from Glasgow and this is what I get. You're not on the poster and all your performances are exactly the same. Here's your candy, here's your candy. Thank you. All right, next question. All right. Hey boss, what's your name?
Sam.
What do you have for us?
In contrast, do you enjoy playing a villain or a hero more? Because you've done amazing work as both.
Well, of course, no.
But they were all the same, so... But no, take the compliment, take the compliment.
Well, of course, no character sees themselves as a villain or a hero. They are just who they are, which is why I play them all exactly the same. It's a very specific conscious decision to show that on the spectrum of human experience, they all land in exactly the same place.
It's like a double negative, isn't it? You need to be very, very bright to get the distinction.
Yes. That same space is a good space, though. There you go. Thank you, boss. Hi, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, I'm Nick, and I was wondering if you've seen any of the Disney Afternoon, because there was the episode recently where you met Darkwing Duck.
Yeah. What, Disney Afternoon?
That was where they came from, like Darkwing Duck, Tailspin.
Oh, you mean like back in the day?
Yeah,
the
crossover episode, yes.
I never saw a single episode of Doctor Who. No, I think we did.
Oh.
We are just too old.
Jesus Christ.
Because I know some young people, and they did get it in the old
In the olden days.
Yeah. In the old days. No, I think I was a little elderly to get DuckTales the first time round. I missed it. I'm not saying you
No,
were
I
too
do
young.
remember. It was my favourite show when I was 2.
I don't think we had the Disney Afternoon like as a thing. That sounds
We don't
like
even
a
have
thing.
that now.
No, and also we only had like 1.5 channels until about last year.
Until about, absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
But I know the DuckTales did show, but I missed it completely the first time round. And when we first started, I can't talk.
Just give him your phone number and then he'll be on.
When we first started doing DuckTales, and because most of the guys, like Ben Schwartz, is a massive Bobby Moynihan, massive DuckTales fans, because they are ever so slightly younger than me, just by minutes.
Yeah.
And when we first started doing publicity for it, there was lots of talk of my first experience of the show, and I would be at the end of this row, and they'd all be talking about, and it was a bit like when we talk about Doctor Who, but the other way around.
Yes.
When I'm the one knowing you talking about having seen it as a kid and knowing about episode 452.
Yeah, that's you, not me, though.
Exactly. So it was I felt your pain.
Yes.
I simply knew what it was, to not know what the show was.
No, the only reference I ever had of Scrooge McDuck was in a Christmas annual.
Oh, sweet.
A little book thing.
Yeah.
Oh, was there cartoons?
Yes.
Yes, not for us though.
There was like a whole DuckTales was like a thing.
Yes, but not for us. Oh no, yes, I see what you mean. Yes,
Yeah.
you did say that.
It was like Doctor Who.
And you're the one who's jet lagged.
Yeah.
Now
Hi,
I
what's your
can't
name? What's your
understand
question?
him.
It's Edwin.
He didn't like her answer. He wanted to
Oh, he stormed
He's
off.
had enough. Hi, what's your name?
Edwin.
What do you got for us?
I wanted to ask about how was it working on the episode The Doctor's Daughter with Georgia and Joe Dempsey, who later became famous Gendry on Game of Thrones?
Yes, Joe Dempsey and Georgia. They made out on that episode.
Yes.
I mean, on screen. On screen.
Do you know what I remember from that episode? I remember that is where we started doing I've Got a New Business.
Was it on that
Yes,
one?
because it was Paul Bennett
Yes.
who started this. Now, I don't know if you're aware of I've Got a New Business, but I always talk about it in my panels. And we became so obsessed with this that well, shall we share? Shall I explain what you won't be able to, what I've Got a New Business is? This is what you do with the game of I've Got a New Business.
Yeah.
Someone comes up to you and says, I've got a new business.
Oh yeah, Catherine, what's your new business?
Right, I should say to them what the game is before I say what the new business is.
I thought we were just going to do like a demonstration.
Yes, I can't think of one. Okay, here we go. Got it.
Okay.
I've got a new business.
Oh yeah, Catherine, what's your new business?
I'm making, rubber tyres for cars.
Oh, are you making rubber tires for cars and how's it going?
I'm flat out. Right. This is the game.
Yeah, I've got one.
Oh, he's got one.
Yeah. Catherine?
Yeah.
I've got a new business.
What's your new business?
I'm sculpting religious icons.
This is a good one. And how's that working out for you?
Making a profit.
Okay, I've got one.
Oh, yeah. Go on.
David,
Thanks. Candy.
You
said you got one.
I've got a new business.
Oh yeah, Catherine, what's your new business?
I'm raising cattle on marijuana.
You're raiding cattle.
Raising them, not raiding them.
Cattle.
I'm raising cattle on marijuana.
Okay. And how's it going?
The stakes have never been higher.
That's very good.
Yeah, that wasn't mine.
You get a green one.
So much. That is what I remember from The Doctor's Daughter.
Right, and then it continued.
Continued. In fact, Georgia texted me just the other day and said, I've got a new business.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. Yes. It was... I can't remember it. I will remember it. It's on my phone. It was about...
It is. Yeah. Who said that?
Yes, forward all.
Alright, there you go. Now you're taking us down that rabbit hole. Hey boss, what's your name?
Matthew.
What do you have for us?
David, when you met Elizabeth
I'm so
Slade...
sorry, we're having a conversation.
Sorry.
Apparently that's not how this works.
No, sorry.
I'm so sorry, we're back in the room.
Yeah.
When you were on the set of Doctor Who, I know that you're an old school Doctor Who fan, and you met Elizabeth Sladen for the first time. Were you just as starstruck with her as a lot of us are with meeting you?
Oh, I was beside myself.
Did she give you her number?
Hey sailor, there you go. She knew not to. She could see. She could see in my eyes that she should keep it to herself. No, she was, yes, because it was her voice, actually, that reminded me of that Saturday tea time childhood thing of the Doctor and Sarah. And they were the team that I grew up with. I got obsessed with this show watching. So it was very weird that on my first read-through, being in this show that I'd watched as a kid, there were so many kind of things to get, surreal moments to get over in my head. And that Sarah Jane was there, and that she was calling me Doctor. It was really weird. Really weird.
Even I remember Sarah Jane.
Right.
Even I knew who Sarah Jane was,
Yeah.
and she was genuinely beautiful, wasn't she?
Oh,
she was
just
the most gracious, wonderful, talented, and she was experienced this it's the word's renaissance. I know you say renaissance, it's ridiculous. That's another one. And she was delighted and so made up about it, wasn't she? She just loved being back on the show, and she was genuinely wonderful.
Yeah, it was just amazing to have her there. It was great.
Yeah.
And she seemed so... Well, it was like the years hadn't touched her.
Absolutely, she was absolutely timeless. She was amazing.
It was why it was such a shock when she suddenly left us, and it took us all... It took all our breath away, I think, because it seemed to happen so suddenly. And she was so kind of... She was such a part of that family, and then she had her own show. You know, she did the Sarah Jane Adventures, which was, you know, was magnificent to behold. She was great.
Sarah Jane fans, make some noise. That was my favorite of your episodes. That you were not in. The Sarah Jane episode was my favorite of your episodes, David. That you were not in. Hi, boss. What's your name? Hi guys, my name's Andrew. My question for both of you: what was your favorite episode to work on Doctor Who?
Oh, you just stole someone's question. Mine was number 2. Next.
People love to ask about what your favourite monster was or episode was, and I genuinely feel like I'm not allowed to choose. Like you're not allowed to choose a favourite child.
Yes. Although I do.
Yeah. But I loved them all equally, and everyone, because everyone was so different. It's not like any other show where you sort of go to work every day and you're in the same set, and it's sort of a bit the same. It was like a different play. A different cast would arrive.
It was. It was a different, almost like a different mini feature film you were making every episode, and it was. Yeah, as you said, there was different cast, there was different storylines, different aliens.
That's what they're called, yeah.
Yeah, which I didn't know till I went on it, that it wasn't just the Daleks that followed him around. I was delighted there was some more, but no, it's true. You sort of can't choose.
Feels wrong to choose.
It does.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, Rachel.
What do you have for us?
I just wanted to know, what were the Doctor's last words going to be to Rose Tyler on the beach if he'd been able to... Let me get the tissue out.
It was, Rose Tyler, I've got a wedgie. That's what you thought, right?
That's why I was crying.
Yeah. And what do you think it was?
I love you.
You big softy.
I thought it was my real name's Brian.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Katie. Hi.
What do you have for us?
So you've probably heard this from like Lord knows how many people, but Doctor Who is essentially the only reason, I made it through middle school. I was not a kid well-liked, to put it mildly, and Doctor Who was that one thing. When I was a really little kid, I used to dream the Doctor would come and I'd get to be a companion, it'd be the coolest thing ever, and even I'm 21, I still have a little bit, part of that. But I was wondering, the first time you heard that, or the first time you realized that that's the impact that, you know, you guys as the show and as each individual actor made, you know, what was that like for you realizing that?
We're not hearing everything.
Hearing too much.
I think it's quite hard to get, but I think you're talking about when people say that Doctor Who
Can I just stop you? The answer is +1 310 722 8645.
That actually is. That's awkward.
I know. I heard something strange about her watching us when she was a child.
No.
Which can't be right because she's an adult.
Very young.
We're not that old.
We're distressingly young, in fact. I think the question was when you first hear people saying that Doctor Who meant a great deal to them and that it sort of had a great impact on their life, how do you sort of process that, and what did that feel like to hear that for the first time?
Yeah.
Well, it is always an absolute, I mean, it's kind of like a shock to me because I didn't know till I started coming to the conventions, which was actually only like 2 years ago, and David had been saying for a long time, you should do the conventions, and I said, why would I do that? It was so long ago, no one would ever know, no one would ever remember. And no, honestly, but it's true. I was like, that would be embarrassing. I pitch up and people are like, okay, yeah, sure we remember you. And then John Barrowman said, come to a convention, and it's incredibly levelling.
Well, you listen when John says it.
Yeah. Well, he showed me his bum and you never have. And it is, of course, incredibly levelling and incredibly humbling, you know, and incredibly touching when people tell you what Doctor Who means to them. And it's, you know, it's a very, very sort of privileged position to be in, that people feel that you've walked alongside them in their sort of times of trouble and need, and that will always be an incredible thing to hear and to sort of like, you know, receive.
Yes, it's difficult to process in one level because of course we were in car parks in Wales, you know, and we were learning our lines and doing scenes, and then that becomes something else, and it kind of goes off into the world, and it becomes. It has its own life that people relate to through the prism of their own life, and it can feel quite distant sometimes to relate. When you meet someone, you come to the other side of the world, and someone talks about that thing you did in a car park in Wales had this sort of huge effect on me, and it's yet, like Catherine says, it's very humbling. It's lovely to remember that you know, it's a real privilege to have a job that can tell stories that can mean that much to people. So I think it's something, you know, I'm just forever grateful.
Yeah.
You know, as an actor, you're grateful, first of all, to have a job at all.
Absolutely.
And then second of it, something that anybody watches or sees, let alone has a kind of reaction to that changes them.
Yeah. And I think more than anything I've done, Doctor Who, the fan base of Doctor Who, is so extraordinary. It's so, you know, immense. It's so strong.